Hey guys, welcome back. This is the video review for the new Korean monster movie, Monstrum. The Korean title of this movie is Mulkwe, which is actually the name that they give to this monster, this beast in this movie. And the name is actually a compound of two Chinese characters for strange, bizarre, and thing. So combined, Mulkwe. That's what they call this thing, and it is strange and bizarre. And this film is actually supposedly based on a true, loose reading of a very obscure reference of this Mulkwe, this bizarre beast, from the old archives of the Joseon era under one king. So it's a very obscure reference, so kind of a cool thing to adapt a monster movie out of. Anyways, this movie stars Kim Myung-min, and he plays he's a mountain villager. He lives in the mountains with his longtime friend Sung-woong, played by Kim In-kwon. Kim Myung-min's character's name is Gyeung-young, and Gyeung-young's daughter, played by Hyeri, her name is Myung in the movie. So they live pretty much alone in the mountains in a small house, and they are visited one day by this high official sent by the king. The king at this time is very unpopular. There's a lot of unrest brewing in the villages from the people, as well as the sort of the bureaucrats, the ministers. This king is not very popular. There's these reports of people getting slaughtered in the mountainside, and the excuse that they're giving is this Mulkwe, this mysterious beast, has emerged and is killing all these people. The king is, like most people would think, that's pretty far-fetched of a story. Are these ministers making this up to either A, drive me crazy, or B, make me even more unpopular? So that's why the king sends out this official to the mountains. Now, why is he sending it to the mountains with Gyeung-young, these mountain people? Well, Gyeung-young is actually a former elite royal guard to the king, and the king's most trusted ally, almost. So I'll let you watch the movie and find out why he's in the mountains, but the king actually himself comes, recruits Gyeung-young and his friend, who is also really high up there. They recruited for this special kind of a secret task force investigative team to find out just how valid these rumors of this beast showing up are, and is it some weird conspiracy? Because there is some evidence to show, some inconclusive evidence to show that this beast thing might be real. Of course, this is a monster movie, and yes, there's a monster out there, the Mulkwe. Now, they gotta find some way to stop this thing. So that's just the setup to the movie. This movie, from the trailer, looked pretty cheesy, I gotta say. But overall, when I went into this movie, up to almost the first half of this movie, I was pretty hooked. The portrayal of old Korea, which is, the name was Joseon, is really well put together. All the way from the inside of Gyeung-young's mountain house and just how they live their life, this really traditional setup that they have. From that to the interiors and exteriors of the royal palace, Gyeongbokgung, the main palace, and now today's Seoul. Really awesome. I loved, I'm kind of a sucker for that old Joseon style, and this one was done pretty well. So I loved all that, and they actually did a really good job of creating the tension and building the mystery of this beast. So I'm along all the way, and it kind of started falling apart when the beast is revealed. And some of the reasons for that are A, the CG for this beast is both good and bad, but the fact that I feel like they revealed this monster a little bit too early, and they showed that kind of establishing shot, so when you can see the full body of this thing, it's passable so it's pretty good, but after, if you're seeing too much of it, the effect kind of wears off really quick. And so when he's just kind of throwing people around like rag dolls, it's cool at first, but they did it a little bit too early, and so by the time the main climax came, it wasn't that as exciting anymore to see them on screen. So I do feel like this film would have worked a lot better if they sort of saved that card kind of in their back pocket for later, you know, more of a slower reveal of this beast. So that, I feel, kind of hurt the movie. So let's get into this monster. This monster, like with another Korean monster movie you might be familiar with, The Host, Mulkwe or Monstrum is another monster that is very strange looking. So I did love that. It's a weird looking beast. This thing is like a crossbreed between a Rottweiler and a lion with some Hulk DNA. And it's almost zombified. It's disgusting. And it's pretty brutal. It's ready to rip people to shreds. And this movie, I think, will surprise some people in how bloody and brutal it actually is. This monster is cool and unique in a few ways. One of the things that one of its abilities is its mucus. If it gets on you, it can kind of spit it at you, and if it gets on you, you will come down with this disgusting disease and eventually succumb to death later. So that was interesting, and it also just is ferocious. If it doesn't just bite you in half, you're gonna come down with some nasty disease. But this movie does not stay true to this groundwork that it lays out for rules and how this beast operates. It's just all over the place. So sometimes, you know, a drop of this mucus will almost instantly turn you going zombie mode. And then other times, I really don't think this is a spoiler, but Hyeri, the character who's playing Yoongyum's daughter, her name's Myung, in one scene, the beast just throws up its lunch all over her, and she's just covered in vomit. Beast vomit. It's pretty disgusting. Totally fine. Nothing happens. Okay? And that's strange. So that, I mean, I guess you could argue that perhaps that's like not, like almost a snake has venom glands, but it doesn't get that specific. So it's weird how they kind of go around these rules, and they bend it a little bit too much. The acting in this movie is surprisingly really good. Kim Myung-min, who plays the main character, Gyeung-young, is a super brave and really just badass hero in this movie. As a former elite royal guard, he has some really awesome fight scenes that him and his buddy Sung-han, who is also a really awesome warrior, just take down some people in some really nice action, well choreographed fight scenes. Now I will say, one of these fight scenes in this movie, very strange how they actually decided to shoot and edit it. Almost made me sick. It was just very, I can kind of feel like they were going for this frenetic new thing, but ugh, it did not work. But yeah, he was awesome in this movie, and his buddy Sung-han, played by Kim Myung-kwon, who's probably another one of my favorite supporting cast members in a Korean movie. He just brings this element of comedy to his roles that's subtle but very needed, and he's just one of those actors that is so good with his expressions and just all of his emotions. He's great. He's great in this movie. He's pretty much great in every movie that I see him in. And other people might be wondering how Hyeri, the actress who plays Myung in this movie, how she does. She's actually a big celebrity in Korea. She's a singer in a famous group, K-pop group, Girls' Day. So she's an idol, and she was the star of a drama, a really successful drama called Replay, 1988. I do think Monstrum is her first movie, and she does actually really well in this movie. So anyone who is hesitant on, you know, like how a singer or how she might be, her acting skills might be in this movie, rest assured it's very good. So she actually does a really good job in this, and I was very surprised and happy at how good her part turned out. She does kind of have a little budding, continual kind of romance subplot with the King's official, played by Choi Woo-shik, throughout the movie. So that was kind of, you know, a nice little addition to everything. So overall with this film, I feel like it had a lot of good things going for it, but the rules that it breaks with the groundwork that it sets out for its monster, and as far as its abilities go, and the really stretched ending, I want to say some of these characters do things that come out of like a superhero movie, and it's kind of like, what? Like some guy will get kicked and the guy will fly across the room into the wall. The whole movie has not been like that up until that point, and you're just like, okay. And then, you know, some guy who's almost dead is gonna throw people around like a rag doll. And then there's some things that I'm not gonna give away because it's very spoilery, but practically everyone who was sitting in front of me after it happened was turning to whoever was sitting next to them and kind of shaking their head like, you gotta be kidding me. It wasn't terrible, it's just a little bit far-fetched, and it's like, why did they choose to do it like that? Really unnecessary. Some of the story choices. I'm gonna give this movie overall a 6.5 out of 10. Enjoyable, very watchable, and if you can put aside some of the leniency that the story takes, as far as what certain people can do and the monster can and can't do, you're gonna have a pretty good time with this movie. And I feel like if it was made in the early days of Korean cinema, when it was first getting going, this might be, you know, one of those nostalgic, really, you know, good, higher rated almost. It's just, for 2018, it wasn't enough new in there. So Monstrum, really nice way to kind of slow down and end the summer season, and it's better than you think it would be from watching the trailer. So check it out, let me know what you think, and stay tuned to the channel for more Korean movie reviews, English subtitled Korean film trailers, movie beat talks, film discussion and analysis videos. We're going to be doing a lot, and hope to see you guys soon. So if you do like this video, please like it. You can comment below. I would really like to hear your thoughts on what you're looking forward to, what reviews you might want to see. If you do want to stay updated with all the latest videos, you can subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I just love to say it, keep watching movies.